Let me tell you a story you've probably never heard before. It doesn't start with a great war or a mighty empire or some billionaire inventor. It begins with a farmer, a man with cracked hands, sun-wrinkled skin, and a heart stubborn enough to believe he could stop a desert with nothing but seeds and a shovel. This is the story of Yacouba Sawadogo, a man who proved that the world doesn't change because of heroes in capes. It changes because of people who do what needs to be done, even when no one believes in them. A dying land. We're in the 1970s, in a small village in Burkina Faso, West Africa. It was a time of deep crisis. The rains had failed. Crops were dying. The ground was so dry it cracked like broken pottery. The air carried more dust than wind. The trees were gone. And the desert? It wasn't just nearby. It was moving, devouring farmland one gust at a time. Families packed their things and left, losing all hope on their land. Men searched for work in cities. Mothers carried hungry children miles just for a few drops of water. But Yacouba, a poor farmer in the village of Gourga, made a decision that would change everything, and he stayed. The crazy man. Yacouba began doing something strange. He started digging holes, everywhere, in the driest, hardest parts of his land. They weren't graves, and they weren't for building. They were small pits, maybe a foot wide and deep. In each one he placed compost, a mix of manure, leaves, and kitchen waste. Then, he dropped in a few seeds. This method was called zai, an ancient African farming technique which was nearly forgotten. While everyone else was trying to survive, Yacouba was bringing the past back to life. People laughed at him, they called him crazy, said he was wasting time, wasting energy, but he kept digging, ignoring all the talks, day after day, hole after hole, year after year. Life finds a way. And then, the rain came. Not much, just a little. But something amazing happened. The zai pits trapped the water, the compost kept the soil moist, and from the earth, green sprouted. At first it was just grass, then millet, then strong trees that hadn't been seen in years. And Yacouba's farm? It wasn't just surviving, it was thriving. The roots held the soil, the trees shaded the crops, the water table slowly began to rise again. Animals returned, insects returned, life returned. The forest grows in silence. Over the next 4 decades, Yacouba continued his work. He expanded from one small plot to over 60 acres, planting thousands of trees by hand. This wasn't a government project. There was no funding, no tractors, no headlines. It was just one man and his land. But this wasn't just about trees. His method was restoring entire ecosystems. Wells that had dried up now filled again after the rains. Fields that had once produced nothing were now growing food. Other farmers came to learn from him. Villages that had been on the brink of collapse began to apply his techniques. He had sparked a quiet revolution. For years, no one outside his village knew what Yacouba had done. Then, in 2010, a documentary titled "The Man Who Stopped the Desert" told his story. And the world was stunned. He received international awards, including the Right Livelihood Award, often called the Alternative Nobel Prize. And in 2020 he also received an award called Champions of the Earth. Agricultural scientists visited him. The UN acknowledged his work. His forest was studied and praised. But Yacouba? He never left the land. He continued to teach, continued to dig, continued to believe in the power of one person doing what they can. A legacy written in roots. What can we learn from Yacouba Sawadogo? That hope isn't something you find. It's something you plant. That real change is slow, dirty, quiet work. That while others look for miracles, the wise dig small holes and prepare for rain. Yacouba didn't save the world with speeches or money or fame. He saved it by showing up every single day, by choosing not to run, by believing that if he did the right thing long enough, the earth would respond. And it did. So the next time the world feels too big, the problem too far gone, remember the man who fought the desert and won, with his hands, with his heart, and with the kind of quiet courage the world desperately needs more of. If this story inspired you, like and subscribe for more rare and powerful untold histories. What small seed will you plant today? Tell us in the comments.